Hello, hello, hello. I am Mandy McGowan, and this is our first official Money Moves with Mandy Wednesday video. So I just want to say hi. I want to just do a quick introduction to myself. Some of you may know me as I've been in here before and stepped back for some time while I was figuring some things out. And I am now back with Money Moves with Mandy. So first off, thank you, Beth, for having me in here. I love talking anything money mindset, money tips, tracking, all of that. So if you have any money questions, feel free to tag me in that post and I will make sure I jump in here and answer that for you. I am super excited. All right, so today I want to start our Money Moves with Mandy off with some money mindset. We're just all about the M's today. So money mindset in Money Moves with Mandy. All right, okay. So for those of you that don't know me, I am a little bit energetic on videos. I'm very much an introvert, so I have to bring all the energy on videos. Otherwise, nobody watches me because I sit here and I'm really boring. Okay, so let's dive in because today I really do want to talk about money mindset because we all see in this industry, we see people that have made 6 figures, 7 figures. We see millionaires multiple times over in this industry. And one thing when I'm having conversations with people that I hear often is I hear words like, oh, they got lucky, or oh, their timing was right, or oh, they have a big builder on their team, or oh, so-and-so recruited so-and-so who recruited so-and-so who's built their entire business. And I want you, and we're going to talk about this here in a minute, but I want you to watch the words you say around these things. And I want you to just start looking at these people, and I want you to start studying them. And I want you to start studying the words they say and the things they're posting. And if you get to be around them, I want you to start studying their energy and their thoughts and the way they react to certain things, because this is where the magic is. It's in their mindset. It's in how they have built and worked on this amazing relationship they have with money. Because here's the thing. You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have a good relationship with your money, and I know this is a little woo-woo, so bear with me. It's probably one of the few places in my life that I do get a little woo-woo about is money mindset. But if you don't have a good relationship with money, it doesn't matter if you get lucky, as some people say to it. It doesn't matter who recruits who that's a major business builder on your team. It's not going to last if you don't work on that money mindset piece for yourself to build and flourish your relationship with money. Pardon me. So here's the thing with money. Different levels, different devils. We've all heard it in one way or another, and it's not any different with money. So here's the thing is I hear people all the time, they're like, I just want to make 6 figures. And I'm like, great. But if you make $100,000 and you spend $101,000, you're still broke, just at a different level than somebody who makes $30,000 or $40,000 a year. If you make $1 million and you spend $1,001, you're still broke, just at a different level. So understand that money mindset is not just about being open to the money that's going to come your way, about being open to the sales that can be made, the team you can build, all of those things. It's also about learning how to deal with money in a different way. And we will talk about that in another video, because today I just really want to stay focused on that money mindset piece. But I just want you to know it's different levels, different devils. So it doesn't matter how much money you make if you're not treating your money right and doing the right things with it. So you will only make as much money as you have developed your mind for wealth. I truly, 150% believe this. You guys can see all my books behind me here. That's not even all of that's not even all of them. That's just what fits on the bookshelves that my husband hung there for me. I've got several more over here, probably twice that many over here full. And I still have a box of books that's not even on shelves yet. So with this, you have to develop your mind for wealth. So this is reading blog posts. This is listening to podcasts. This is reading books. This is studying those people that have made massive amounts of money in our industry and understanding, because you talk to almost any of them. And if you bring up money mindset, I bet you they could sit down and talk to you for hours and hours on how they had to work on their money mindset to get to where they are. It doesn't just happen. It is a growth process. You have to train your brain to be open to it. You have to understand wealth. You have to start to learn some of the ins and outs of money. And when I talk money, yes, there's some tax and some bookkeeping components to it. There's wealth building components to it. There's budgeting components to it. It's all different things, but you have to build your mindset around this piece of it. How you talk about money, how you talk about your business, how you treat money, how you treat your business is what it's going to be for you. I have so many people that I work with that have massive, massive potential in their business, but they treat it like a hobby. And so it pays them like a hobby. And the minute they flip that switch and start treating their business like an actual business is when it starts paying them like a business. So just know whatever you treat your business as, whatever you talk about your business as, that is what it's going to be for you. So if you've been sitting in this arena of having this side hustle for years and you're like, I really just want to make this my full-time gig, start treating it that way. Start talking about it that way. You can never have a successful business that is paying you full-time income if you talk about it as a side hustle. If you tell people, oh, it's just my side hustle. It's just something I do to pay the car payment every month. It's just something I do so my family and I can have a little bit of fun money. It's just something I do so my husband and I or my wife and I can have a date night every month. If you talk about it like that, that's what it's going to be. If you start flipping the script on those words, it really is, it's your language, guys. The language that you use around money has so much impact. But if you talk about your business like it's a hobby or it's a side hustle or it's just something for a little extra, then it's going to be a hobby, a side hustle, and something for just a little extra. If you start talking about your business and treating it like a business and saying, you know what, I'm mapping out these goals, I'm making this, have those financial goals and understand what that process is to get you there. But if you talk about this and you say, okay, I'm going to start paying my mortgage payment off this in 6 months. Is it going to happen just because you say it? No, you still have to do the work to get there. But that puts you in a completely different mindset when you're doing that work than, oh, I might be able to pay my mortgage in a couple of years, or, I'll be okay if I just make a couple $100 and I can pay the electric bill this month. Like it's your language. I'm telling you, money mindset starts with the words we say and the thoughts that we have. It's not just about the learning. It's about learning, but then changing the words and being aware of those words and the thoughts. Because here's the thing, I want to give you an example. How many times have you said or have you heard someone say, oh, that person's filthy rich? I want you to think about that for a moment, because I know I used to say that all the time, like, oh, that person is filthy rich. But what does the word filthy do? It's a really ugly word. It's nasty. It's dirty. It's gross. There's nothing sexy or fun or enticing about the word filthy. It's ick. Like, it's just downright ick. It really is. And so if we talk about this, and if we talk about people in the sense that they are filthy rich, you are mentally and verbally associating money with something dirty and gross and ick. So we want to be careful of the words that we say. It is our language. It is our thoughts. We need to be aware of what we're saying and how we're saying it. Because if you say somebody is filthy rich and you tie the word filthy to being rich, your brain is going to assume that you don't want to be rich because it's dirty. It's going to assume you don't want to be at a level where somebody could call you filthy rich because you've correlated this with something nasty. And instantly, our emotions, when we say the word filthy, like say it for a moment, like just sit there and say, oh, that's super awesome. And oh, that's filthy. Like, did you hear? I didn't even try to do that. And I just noticed, like, mentally, I noticed the shift in my voice. Oh, that's awesome. You can't say it the same way and say, oh, that's filthy. Like, it sounds real, like that was very awkward saying that. So mentally, that word, the word filthy, just has negative connotations in our worlds, in all of our worlds. Like, it's just an ugly, dirty, gross word. So when you say it, you cannot bring positive energy and positive thoughts around that. It instantly goes to a negative spot. So replace it. What can we replace filthy rich with? We can replace the words filthy rich with, oh, they are so wealthy. Now, wealth has a different connotation than even rich does for many people. If you say somebody's rich, you're like, what does that mean? But if you say somebody's wealthy, like that's a positive thing. Rich is not always associated with positivity. Wealth is always associated with positivity. So I want you to start paying attention to the words that you're saying, especially when it comes to how you treat your business, around how other people are earning their income, the amount of income they have. Pay attention to the words and the thoughts, and you have to start to retrain it. You have to catch those things. But here's the thing. If you don't pay attention to them, it doesn't matter because you won't catch them. It took a lot of conscious work for me to get my money mindset where it is these days. And I'll tell you, it's not always like, it wasn't always this way. And as we get to the end, Beth gave me permission to share something with you guys. So I'm going to share that towards the end, and I will go into a little short story of how my money mindset shifted and where it used to be. But it really is about that. And so you want to start paying attention to, how do you feel about money? If you sit there and you close your eyes for a moment and you imagine your life when you're making multiple six figures a year. So let's say that you're starting out and you're barely clearing, $1,000 of profit a month. Great. I want you to be excited for that. I want you to be so freaking happy for where you are. Own it. Love it. Build off of it. But if that's where you are, and you close your eyes and you imagine for a moment what your life would look like if you're making multiple six figures a year in your network marketing business, I want you to just take a moment, pause me, close your eyes, and think about that for a second. Okay, now that you paused me and you're back and you hit play again, now I want you to just acknowledge to yourself, like, how did that feel? Was it super difficult to imagine that? Was it super difficult? Sorry, I got to grab a drink of water, guys. Was it easy to picture what your life would be like? Was it hard to picture what your life would be like? When you had your eyes closed and you were imagining it, did you start to feel stressed? Like, did your heart start to race? Did your palms get sweaty? Did your brain start to try and protect you? And did you hear thoughts or see moments where your brain was like, oh, that couldn't be me. That could never be me. Were you actually able to envision yourself there, or did you see somebody else in your place in that picture? This is a good indicator of how you feel about money, because if you don't have positive emotions and positive feelings towards money, it's really difficult to work on the money mindset that needs to come after that step. So if you don't have positive feelings about money, that's where you need to start. Start with some daily affirmations. Simple as it is, start with, I welcome money in all forms. I welcome money in all amounts. I welcome money in my life today, tomorrow, and every day thereafter. Simple affirmations like that can just start to switch your mindset around money and how you feel around it. So I want to share a little exercise with you, but before I do that, I want to just tell you guys, if you want to make big money, you need to treat your little money now as if it is big money. This is part of the money mindset that you need to build into. So I talk to people all the time in my day-to-day business, and they're like, well, I don't track my numbers because, I only make a few $100s a month, or I only make a few $1,000s a month, and I don't have many expenses. So at the end of the year, I just tally it up to see what I've made. You know what you're telling your brain? Hello, you're telling your brain that it doesn't matter, that the money doesn't matter. It's not worth your energy or your focus because it's too small. And if $1 is too small for your energy and focus, then $100 bill is too big for your energy or focus. You've got to appreciate where you are to be able to get to where you want to go. And so treat your little money as if it is big money. Love it, respect it, thank it, have gratitude for it. I'm telling you, it's going to make a big difference. So I want to give you guys a quick little exercise to do, and then I'm going to get to wrapping this up here. But I call this Money Is versus Rich People Are exercise. And this is not an exercise I created. This is one that was shown to me years ago that I just highly recommend people do. But so I want you to take a piece of paper, just take a standard piece of paper, and I want you to draw a line down the middle of it. And on one side, I want you to write money is. And on the other side, I want you to write rich people are. So your sheet should look something like this. Just a line down the middle in those two columns. And then I want you to take a minute, 2 tops for each column. And I want you to just write down all the adjectives that come to mind. So I want you to start in the money is column. And I want you to just write down everything, whatever these words are. Don't overthink it. Just write whatever comes to mind. Then I want you to go to the rich people are column, and I want you to write down all the adjectives that come to your mind for that. Again, Don't overthink. Just let the words flow from your head to your hand to the pen to the paper and just write. Don't think about it. And I want you to set a timer for 60 seconds, 2 minutes tops on each column, and I want you to just write. Once you've done that, I want you to go back and now consciously look at what you wrote. Because here's the thing, you need to pay attention. Are these words empowering words? Are the words negative words? Are they painful? Are they ugly? Are they hurtful? Do you have words like never enough, hard to get? Under the money is column, under the rich people are column, do you have words like, I've done this exercise with somebody and had a word there that somebody said, like somebody wrote down entitled. Like there's all sorts of words that are going to come out. But I just want you to look, are the words empowering or are they negative? And there's no right or wrong answer here. Some of you are going to have some insanely empowering words mixed in with some negative words. Some of you are going to have some insanely negative words mixed in with a few empowering words. And some of you might have a good balance. But I just want you to acknowledge what those words are and call them out. And then I want you to rewrite this. And I want you to rewrite this with the words you would like to associate with this. So this may take you more than a minute each column, and you're going to have to be really intentional. And I want all of those words to be positive, empowering, uplifting words. And then I want you to take this list and I want you to pin it up somewhere where you're going to see it every morning for the next 30 days. Whether this means that you pin it up next to your bathroom mirror, whether you hang it on your fridge, whether it sits in your office next to your laptop, whether you take a picture of it and it becomes your screensaver on your phone. I want you to consciously look at this and read this list every day for the next 30 days. And then in 30 days, I challenge you to do the exercise again, to start fresh. Start with a new piece of paper. Money is, rich people are. Do your 60-second flow. See if what flows out of you has changed just by immersing yourself in this for 30 days. That's the exercise that I want to give you guys to work on your money mindset today. Now, I want to tell you, I said I'd tell you a little bit about my money mindset journey and how it shifted. So most people don't know this. Well, a lot of people know this now because I've started to talk about it more. But many, many years ago, I say many years ago, and it really wasn't that many. It was probably like 7 years ago now. But I almost went bankrupt personally, professionally. It was a bad time. I was facing a divorce. I knew that my now ex-husband was not going to want the house because he never wanted it to begin with. It was kind of something I had wanted. I had 2 kids. I still have 2 kids, but I have 2 young boys at the time. And I knew that I was facing a situation where I had to figure out a solution because bankruptcy was not an option. Going through a divorce, about to be a single mom, wanting to keep my house and my car, which both had payments on it. So I knew I had to do some work. And so I didn't really, at that point, I didn't sit down and start with the money mindset piece, but the money mindset piece came naturally with what I did work on. So remember, I said, if you want to make the big money, you have to treat your little money like it already is big money. And so I started this process of my daily 5, which consists of every morning, I would write 5 things I was grateful for around my business finances that day. And in the beginning, this was a giant stretch. But then I would write down 5 people I needed to reach out today. Maybe that was customers or clients. Maybe that was potential power partners. Maybe that was somebody that I just needed to give me some uplifting words that day, whatever that was. Who did I need to reach out to? So there was 2 pieces of that. Who did I need to reach out to today? And that there was one section that was fully focused on who do I need to reach out today to produce income, generate revenue in my business, and who do I need to help me move forward today? So I kind of looked at it from both angles. And then I'd look at what are my IPAs for the day, my income producing activities. What are those things that I need to do today to generate revenue and produce income in my business? Then I'm a big proponent of learning. And so this was, what do I need to learn more about today to continue to grow and deliver? And so I'd write down 5 things that I wanted to focus on. And not every day did I get 5. Some days there was only 1, and that was my big focus. And that might've been my focus for a week until I felt like I had picked up some knowledge around it and I could move on. And then, who do I need help from to make all this happen today? So there was those components as well. And so then I would track every day. I would sit down, and some days this was so painful to sit down and do because it was not pretty at first, but I had to be real about my situation. And so at the end of the day, I would write down, every morning I'd have my daily revenue goal. And at the end of the day, I'd actually go back and look and say, okay, what did I actually generate in revenue today? Did I get to where I wanted to be? How many sales did I make? What does that make my daily profit? How much money did I spend in my business today? This was a hard part for me because I had to get really serious about understanding that it's not just the money you have coming in, but it's what you do with the money as well. And I will talk about this in a future live when we do this. But again, I said, you can make $100,000, but if you spend 101, you're still broke. You can make $1 million, and if you spend 1,000,001, you're still broke, just at a different level. So it's not just about the money that you're generating. It's not just about the revenues. It's not just about the profit. It's about the expenses and being aware of what you're spending as well. And then I would figure out what was my sales in the pipeline, and then how much was I able to set aside out of that revenues from the day to build wealth. What did I set aside and earmark for savings topics, for those types of things? That is what I wanted to be able to focus on. And so I did all of that. And then, sorry, the lighting, morning sunshine, I love it. It's just not the best for my lives some days. So I created this journal. It's a 12-week journal, financially focused. It is, it's just the steps I took. It took me about 12 weeks to start to turn my money situation around, where I got to a point where I wasn't going, like, this was literally me, guys. I would walk, I remember this so clearly, and it actually like kills my heart to remember it, but I can remember walking into the grocery store and getting like the bare minimum groceries to feed my kids for the week, and walking up to the cash register and literally sitting there and saying a prayer and praying that the check I had written for the electric bill hadn't cleared the account yet, because if the electric bill check had cleared, there was not going to be enough money for me to swipe my debit card for groceries. I remember those days clear as a bell. And you can see what it does to me remembering that. It's not easy. But I knew in those days my money mindset needed work. I started my daily affirmations. I started my daily financially focused process, and I did all of it. And now I don't have to walk in the grocery store and have that worry. But it was a long journey to get there, and it was a long mental journey. It was a lot more mental than it was physical. It was a lot more emotional than it was physical. But you have to start with this money mindset piece. So if you are in a position where you know that your money mindset needs some work, I want you, again, pay attention to the language that you're using. Pay attention to the thoughts that you have. Be aware of the words that you're associating with money, like filthy rich. Do the exercise of money is versus rich people are. Pay attention to that and do that exercise. If you want a copy of the Financially Focused Journal, please just drop in the comments financially focused, and I will make sure that I get with you on how you can order a copy. I'm actually doing a sale on these in the month of July. So feel free to reach out. And basically the sale is that you pay for the journal and you get free shipping. So it's $5 savings. But let me know if you'd like a copy of that. If you have any questions on money mindset, please drop it in the comments below. I would love to come in and offer any tips or advice I can on that. And then just so you guys know, for future planning, I will be jumping in once a month on a live on a Wednesday to share a money topic of some sort during Money Moves with Mandy. And then the other 3 weeks, I'll just be putting up a post and sharing some content around that. But I would love to know if there's anything money related that you guys have questions on. Please feel free to let me know. Send me a message. Let Beth know. I will make sure that we put some content together around that for you. So in the meantime, everybody have a fabulous Wednesday, and I will see you guys on here again soon.